Maybe it would be good if I start this with my mic on. I muted it just to make sure that if I switched screens or anything that you couldn't hear what I was listening to. I was listening to TikToks. Oh my goodness. But hello, welcome everyone. Welcome back to my stream. The stream that I totally haven't abandoned for several months. I just dusted off some cobwebs. Don't worry about it. It's completely fine. It's fine. It's fine. I thought today as well that, you know, I feel like a lot of my clips have been about me and my casual outfits, so I thought I'm pulling out, I'm dusting off my OG, you know. Gotta dust off the OG. So there is so many things to go over. There's so many things that happened while I was gone. So let me just preface this so that people understand where I'm coming from. So during December, I really wanted to take the entirety of December off, but then there was too many things that were going on, so I decided to stream at least twice that year. Or at least, not twice the year, no, twice that month. And in the background, what I have been doing, if you've been watching my TikToks or you found me on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, because I've been growing a little bit, I've been doing a lot of recording offline content, meaning I edit scripts, I record, I edit all of that stuff. And I actually took some time out of my date last week and this week to also update my mic settings, because a problem that I was having was that a lot of my laughs are really, really loud. So I didn't want that to get cut out or anything. And by the way, my voice right now with how I'm speaking is actually how my normal speaking voice is. It's been 5 years, guys. It's like the 5-year cycle. Like once you get to 5 years of content creation, you just don't care how your natural voice sounds anymore, and you just kind of like turn it on. You'll notice that I do use it a lot when I'm kind of like low energy or something like that. And then, you know, when I'm playing games and stuff, I do get a little bit higher energy, and so you can hear that in my voice. But this is how I normally talk, guys. This is my normal speaking voice. I feel like this normal speaking voice might fit my stuff better. I don't know. I have no idea. But there is a lot of other things to go over. So I did take the entire month of January off. I was like, I wanted to come back earlier, but there was just a lot of things going on, and you'll see one of the things that was going on, one of the projects I was working on, which is one of the biggest projects I'm working on. So technically I have 3 projects, but 2 of them are one in the same. So of course we have the 2.0 male model, working on that. He is a big boy. He a big boy. He needs some time. He needs some time to cook in the oven. So what I have done so far on him is his head is basically done. This is just for like the model itself. The head is done, the torso and arms finally done, and his hair is done, or at least one set of his hair is done, because I want him to have two hairstyles. So I was thinking about a third one, but then I was like, I think that's a little too much, so he's only getting 2. And if you saw, because I posted it out on social media, he also has his little secret toggle as well that I laugh every single time that I see it. I might show it on stream as well. It's just a funny thing. And then we also have the Furby customizable. I have been working on that thing for 2 months. 2-3 months. Okay? It's a lot. A lot of people don't talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it. Customizable models, they are so cheap, but you guys do not know how much work is put into them. The amount of love and work that is put into customizable models, I applaud the people that make many customizable models, because there are some areas that make at least maybe 2 or 3. maybe two. Most people just have one. Most people have one. I will say though, I'm a little tempted to get Twin Tails model, the Twin Tails one. And the reason I want to get the Twin Tails one is because that one just looks really, really good. And it also has a plus size option. You rarely kind of see that with a lot of customizable models. So I'm not going to have models that are actually going to be fully customizable models and using them. It's more of just, this looks kind of cool. I want to see like how I can like play around with it and just have fun, you know, just have fun. And I think at the end of the day, that's what it basically is. It's just kind of having fun. So there's a lot of things that are going to be looked over and stuff. So I have been working on my own customizable model, which put this over here because I am screen sharing. This is the only way that I can actually make this work right. So you can see all the pop-ups and things that I need to do. I need to make it a screen capture. I can't make it a application capture. So without any further ado, I have to remember, I have a Steam Deck. I have a Steam Deck, guys. Alrighty. So I set this up a little bit different for the purposes of rigging, because I was like, ooh, I should have a group section for when I do rigging and when I do art. So yeah. Please ignore that to the left. Oh, should I actually capture my mouse? I guess I should capture my mouse. Me. Just go in here. Oh, that is not locked. Ah, look, I like put this on this morning. I did this morning. There we go. All right, now it should capture my mouse. Good. So now you can see my mouse. That's good. So there is a reason why. Oh my god, customizable models. This is my Furby. This is my Furby customizable model. Look at it. It's so beautiful. You don't wanna even see the things that are on this. Okay, I have the crown toggle on here, but it's not rigged yet. So we're gonna be working on basically doing all of the assets. So all the assets are gonna be like the little add-ons that we can add on to it, you know? So we have like the accessory add-ons. So let me just read you the list. We have crown. I'm working on the crowns right now. We also have antlers, horns, glasses. There's gonna be glasses because I wanted to try and make as much as many options as possible. I still don't know what I'm gonna price this at. I think currently my Furby model commissions are like $90. So, and by the way, those $90 is like, I work off of this base and then I build your model from that. So any add-on additions or anything like that. I do have to connect this. I might connect this. I might like turn this stuff off and connect it via my face, and then I can see like how the tracking's going for this. But for right now, we're just gonna not. So I try to make it very squishy, very jiggly. I think that for a model like this, it needs to be jiggly. There is so many physics. So much. There's so much. The good thing is that I've been taking my time with it, and I finally learned how to glue, guys. I went and looked because I had to update my payment information for Live 2D, so I got to see how old my account was. Guys, I have had Live 2D since 2021. It is 2026, and I finally learned how gluing works, okay? I finally learned. You want to know why I needed to learn gluing? I needed to learn gluing for... Oh, where is it? It's somewhere in here. I need to color coordinate these. I have not done that. No, I think, yeah, it's here. Here we go. Those are why. It was the fairy wings. I learned glue from the fairy wings, but I did use it on other things. I'm not gonna show what. Those are some of the ear customizations. One of the ear customizations, I had to add a new one on because I was like, oh, this should be in base update. Now, a lot of people might ask, are you going to have a version 2 come out? Probably not for a year. The reason being is because I just kind of want to see what people want, like what people are asking for. The other thing is too, is this is meant to be a joke model. Like, I don't know if there's going to be people that are actually going to use this to actually use for their branding and stuff. I feel like this is more of just fun. And that's why I'm like, I don't think I would update it. If I did, I'd add very small updates, like maybe a new accessory or maybe a new hairstyle or something like that. Something a little bit more like one thing at a time, you know? And by the way, there was very limited hairstyle options just because I wanted to more go basic Furby with it and not a whole bunch of things, because originally I was gonna do a bunch of hairstyles, like as if it was like a full model customizable, and I'm like, I'm killing myself with these hairstyles, man. So I trashed it all. I trashed it and I redid it. I redid everything. It was... Why I did this, I have no idea. I just had to. I had to do it. There was nothing I could do otherwise. But yeah, we got the Furby. Honestly, I love the fairy wings. And actually, I put the fairy wings on because of a member of our community. I decided to put it on for them. Which is funny, because for their model, they actually don't have fairy wings. They have dragon wings. So, yeah. But I made it that there's actually 2 options with the fairy wings. So you can either have it be normal wings, or you can have it be moth wings. But cool thing, you can turn the top wing off so you can have like bee wings, and then you can move them. You can make them bigger, but you can also move them out, and you can move them up and down. So you have a lot of options here with how you want to go. So if you want to, honestly, funny thing is, I already have some ideas of characters that I might use as inspiration and then change the Furby into them. So that then you can kind of see just how customizable it is. I'm thinking of pricing this at about maybe $60, which was the original price of what Furby models used to be. So it's not like we're going out of the way here with stuff. I do want to add a new body type, which is like a body type option, which is gonna be Jello, or like a slime. Because I've done a slime Furby before, so I feel like I should do that as an option. It'd be a weird option, but I would have to probably go in and fix some things. So some stuff might get updated. But don't worry, everything is going to be named the same. It's just going to have some updates. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So we're just going to kind of sit here, relax, enjoy as I rig away. So if you want to use me as a study background or whatever, as a second screen, can. Because, where the heck? There it is. Because honestly, most of the time when I'm rigging, I have to like really focus. So, yeah. And there's not really much that I can do. What are we on? We're on the tiara. Oh, also, I had to learn this. And I'll teach it to you guys too. If you're making a customizable model, I had to learn this really quickly because I had to redo stuff. For customizable models, it's way easier to have all of these not be blend shapes. Because it shows up automatically and the people don't have to turn on something. Because in VTube Studio, you have to turn on a thing if it's blend shapes. Which is like it's a physics thing. You have to say show physics. Because apparently that's only under blend shapes. So if you are making them and people are saying, oh, well, the customizable stuff is not showing up for me. That's why. That's why. So don't put them under blend shapes. I learned that really quickly. But yeah, you can make, yeah, I need to recolor like a lot of these things. But I had to reorganize the eyes because of things. Also, I was debating on certain parts if I wanted to make them you can change color on each side or just have it be both. I'm still debating on separating it up because it's not that difficult to go in and separate them. It's like once the things are already done, I can just easily go over here and say change, and then I can change it over to a different area. So yeah, but for the eyes, you can really change all the colors. There's also a lot of different eye option types, but I decided to give you guys the colors, all coloring first. And then, you know, as you scroll down, you can see all these. I also was really nice and tried to make it very clear what is what. Oh, also, I was having a hard time figuring out if I should leave these as white or if I should make them be black because I also had a black option. And I'm going to show you guys this. This is really cool. Oh, it's kind of hard to see, but here you go. You can tint it. So you can give your model like tinted lashes, tinted black lashes, or if I turn off the black, you can just make them different colors. I think that that's such a cooler option. So that's why I have this here. So if you ever have any questions, I'm going to make a video about it, like, you know, talking about it. Like you have the option to turn this on or off. And it does it on both sides. There's not, I was thinking of making it separate, but I decided on doing it on both. Also, you can turn the lashes off if you want a more masculine look. Because I was like, I feel like some people might want maybe a more masculine look, so I'm gonna allow people to remove the lashes. Again, could I also do it for separate sides? Yes. If people do request it, I will update the model to do that. So it's not that much of an issue to go in and change it. So again, it's based off of what people kind of want. I was gonna make a Discord, but I don't have time to be going through the Discord and going through everybody's grievances, unfortunately. So if anybody that wants like anything, it's just like, hey, just like message me, man. Or I might have something in just like my Discord about the grievances or something. I don't know. I don't want to bring people in there for that. I think that's not cool. Maybe I should make a Discord about grievances. And then just check it. See what people are saying. But yeah, so there's a lot of cool things. But we're gonna work so I have the tiara that we're gonna be working. So another thing that I kind of do is, oh, it's just because of weird coloring stuff. So I'm trying to like remember things. I'm trying to remember. So when I'm like working on stuff, I kind of don't do the mesh for them until I'm working on it. I feel like that's easier because then I don't have to go like, oh, I have to do all the meshing for this. It's a little bit easier for me to just go and do the mesh when I'm working on it. But then I know that the mesh is at least done for it and I don't have to go, oh, the mesh isn't done. Oh. Why is this not? Love when it does that. Oh, it is lined up. It's just so hard to... That's because I turned the mirror off, that's why. Alright. Oh, I forgot to do the other two. Oops. Oops. This is the behind the scenes stuff that you normally most modelers don't like showing. Because you guys don't realize how much modelers and riggers actually do screw up a lot. Because we do. We could be doing this for years and still really screw up. So, like, see this hole here? I missed it when I was checking stuff. So I have to go back into the art and fix that. But I can fix it later. I usually have like a little notepad to myself. So I know, hey, go back, fix this problem. And then all I do is I just go back in and fix it. And then I just bring it in. I literally just bring it in as a new art mesh because it's a little bit easier to bring it in as a new art mesh than updating everything because something could get screwed up. So I just bring it in as a new one. So it's fresh and clean and there's nothing that's going to be updated or anything like that. So anything that I have doesn't get updated and it ends up being fine and clean. So I used to actually do live stream my rigging, but I kind of stopped after a while because especially like with bigger models, I kind of just like didn't like it too much. Cause like I felt stressed. I felt stressed doing it. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do this anymore. It's giving me so much stress. But with a Furby model, like, you know, I don't really mind if you see how bad it is. You can question, any rigger can like question me later. Alright? I will emphasize that I'm definitely not the best, but I am still learning, and I think at the end, as long as you're still learning, it's better than nothing. Hold on a second. I'm gonna exit out of here. There we go. And then I'm gonna minimize that. Okay. By the way, if there's ever something of audio problems happening, please don't feel free to tell me, because I was updating a lot of audio stuff and I did check it. I did check it to make sure that everything was good, but you can still tell me if something's wrong. Yeah. Speaking about audio and stuff, I decided to try the Elgato Wave Link, and I threw it away almost immediately. I did some testing. So if you don't know, let me just explain for those that are streamers or people that record stuff or anything. Elgato Wavelink, the beta version that's out right now, that's free for everybody. You can be able to connect any microphone that you need. Okay, I think that is one, really, really awesome. Okay, I think that's great. Because it used to be that you had to buy an Elgato product and it would only work with an Elgato product. And now it's saying, oh, no, you can use this for anything. So I'm like, okay, that's really nice. I like that. So I was like, let me try it out. Because a lot of people that do audio stuff are saying like, oh, this is so great. this is so great because, you know, people can get like really high quality audio with just using like Elgato Wave, even if you have like a pretty cheap microphone. And I'm like, understandable. So I decided to test it. There's two things. One, my laughs and my screams and certain ways of how I do sound inflections goes really, really high pitchy and very squeaky, but it also can be mistaken for background noise. Because that's what was happening. That's why it was cutting out so much. Because it was, my noise suppression was counting it as background noise. So I changed it in OBS. So the settings that we have here is not Elgato. I'm not using Elgato Wavelength. I'm just using whatever filters are in OBS, and that is basically it. Wavelength has two things. It has a noise removal, which is free, or voice isolation, which is basically just tracking your own voice and your own inflections and your stuff to make sure that it's only tracking how you're speaking, your own voice, which is great. I think that that's great. Side note, it's $50. So the Wavelength is free. All the other filters are free to download, except for voice isolation. Voice isolation you have to pay for, and it's $50 for one filter. It's Elgato. Not surprised it's $50. However, what was happening with the bass noise removal is it was cutting out my laughs. It was still cutting out stuff. It actually was tracking way more things. Like it was taking in a lot more audio and stuff than it needed to. I'm like, you don't need to be taking in this stuff. So that ended up being a problem in a situation for me, which I didn't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with trying to futz around with trying to make this thing work. And then the other thing is, I don't want to pay $50 for a thing that might work. So I just decided that I was not going to use Wavelength. I think that Wavelength is great for people that have pretty normal speaking voices. If I used Wavelength right now for my normal speaking voice, I think it would be fine. But because I have gaming streams where I'm very high, very energetic, it just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't. And I don't want to be switching between using Wavelength and using my normal main mic that I have with OBS and switching between them all the damn time and doing all this stuff. I don't want to do that. So what I have, it fixed the issue that I was having. You can still pretty much hear my keyboard and clickety-clackities. I don't think that that's ever gonna change, but at least it's in a much better position than it was before, where at least you can now hear me fully, and that my laughs and high-pitched squeaky noises that I sometimes make is gonna be captured and taken through, which I think is great. Because there's some times where I'm talking in these really, really, really high-pitched squeaky voices and I'm saying things and it's all cut. You can't hear a thing. And I'm like, I'm talking and they are hearing none of it. So, again, like, you know, I wish that I could use it, but with how my vocal patterns are and things, I just can't. And, you know, it would be great if I had somebody that was a whiz at doing audio recording that I could just pull on in and talk with. And funny enough, I actually asked my partner, because I was using Elgato Wavelength on Discord and I was using it and I was like, okay, how do I sound? And like, how was my clickety and clackety? He was just like, I can still hear them, but it's much softer than how you normally are. And I'm like, okay, it's just softer. Fine. But I noticed that still my laughs and high pitches and all of that sort of stuff was still cut. So I'm like, cool, makes audio around me softer, which is pretty nice, but I have this other issue that now you're not hearing me. So it's either make my stuff, my clickety clackety sounds softer, or or you don't hear me. Which option do you think I went with? Oh my gosh. You probably heard all of that. I'm gonna go back into the audio and hear if you hear that. I probably, yeah. The other thing is that I noticed when I was recording some stuff, because it was on my old filters that I was using. By the way, my old filters I was using was literally like 2 filters. I think it was just a noise suppression and a noise gate and everything, and like a limiter, and that was basically it. So I've used a few other things to like balance out some stuff, so it's at least a little bit better. I wouldn't say it's higher quality, but at least it's a little bit better so you can be able to hear me. And that, at the end of the day, that's just how it is. The other thing that I also did was I changed my mic around. So now my mic, instead of being next to my PC and fans, is now hooked onto the back of the desk, so it comes up and over, which is so much nicer. I had to move the entirety of the desk, which was difficult because this is a solid wooden desk. This is solid wood. This is solid. It's made of solid wood. It's like an old-fashioned desk. So I think this was like from the 70s. So I'm not surprised that it's like very difficult to move. Even if I took everything off of here, it still is really hard to move this kind of desk. So applaud to me, and good job I didn't hurt my back. Because I almost pulled a muscle in my leg to move this. So glad I didn't, and I was able to hook it up. So now that's on the back of it, which is really nice because then I can kind of move it away if I need to, or like push it back over there. And the other thing is, when it was over when it was over in its other place, I would swing it out and it could be in people's way, so people could, like, I could hit it, my dog could hit it, because it's also where my dog's bed is. Her bed on top of a chair, so she would jump up into it, and she could jump up and she could hit it. She could hit it with her head. I'm like, well, that's not good. So, 1, I don't want the mic to be damaged, but also 2, I don't want her head to be damaged, so I had to change it. So, oh, what is this? Onto here. So yeah, we decided to change that, and it has worked so far. Honestly, I'm testing it out today. Like, most of the tests of things is literally me testing it right now. So we're just gonna see how this goes. I was testing Elgato as well the other day with some audio stuff, and again, it's great. I think that Elgato is still like a good product, and the Elgato wavelength and allowing it for all mics to be used, I think that's amazing. It just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work. So nothing I can do if it doesn't work. I'm just checking to make sure that there's no there we go. Now we do the I'm like, where's the stuff? Also, I will say, mirror edit, superior. Literally has been helping me so much. Also, I am putting these dots in by hand, but if I wanted to, I could use this and draw it on, but I have a lot more control with just doing it dot by dot. Do I recommend people to do it dot by dot? No. But for it being such a small little asset thing like this, I kind of it. I think it also just depends on how much pixel density you want. Or how much density you want with the mesh. Oops. I will say I have seen like some people go like really crazy with kind of how they make the mesh. And I just kind of try and separate up the lights and the darks. That's why you're seeing me put lines. Because this is all one layer. So it makes it a little bit easier to kind of separate out lights and darks when you have the definition for it. Auto connect. And now all of that. A lot of people might wonder, should I glue the gems onto here? But because I'm gonna put these basically together in the same deformer, I usually don't. I usually don't do that because it doesn't make sense because they're gonna be moving together. If I was doing more crazy things, like for example, if I were to go back and redo this model I'm currently using, I 100% would glue the shawl, like some of the shawl portion, to the boob cup, but I didn't. But I would go back and do that. But then, you know, when this moves, like it would move with it, right? I think that that's a good idea. But for something like this, because they're all gonna be together, I just don't. So, no. The big crown. Sometimes you know what I forgot to do on the big crown? I forgot to do it for long. I forgot long on here. You'll know what long means in a second. So I said I wasn't going to do this. I decided I am going to do it. Long Furby is a body option. Long Furby is a body option, guys. Let me go and get him. Go get Long Furby. There we go. It's under height here. I love rigging. You can just do so many things. Oh. Maybe remember to put the parameters in. Carrying out. Now the problem is that with Long Furby, okay, I have to off all of these. And the one thing I have to remember is things still work. Okay, good. I love rigging. I love it so much. Look, just like artists, riggers also just have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. We have fun just doing the most randomest of things. All right. But yeah, but you can have your Furby have a crown, and there's a lot of, you know, I'm gonna have accessories. I have accessories here, but accessories will eventually like go down the list. So let me kind of like tell you guys all the things that we have, right? So we have body customization, feet customization, so you can change the feet. Because I want you guys to have ideas for feet. And then once you kind of choose like your body and stuff, I might actually put ears and hair, basically all the outside detail stuff first. So it's like the bigger portions. So you get all that done. And then you can zoom in for all the face stuff. So we got, you know, it would be like the face would be like the last. Unless people like it being the first, I don't know. I feel like the face I might put first just because it's a little bit easier. And then of course at the very end, you know, you zoom out and you do stuff. Also, we do have expressions. There's two expressions, or well, three. There's actually 3 expressions. So there is the star expression. I still haven't finished it. There's more to this. And there is a heart expression. And there will be an angry expression as well. So like and also maybe a sad expression. So there will be some expression options that you can toggle on and off. So it's just nice. It's just nice. I wanted there to be like a few other options for people so that you can use that as you see fit. I was gonna do a darkened expression, but I think that would be a little too much. I'd have to clip it to so many things, and it's like it was like it's easier to do it with just your tracking. By the way, I will allow for retexturing. I'm gonna try and organize everything for people that want to do retexturings of models. I will allow people to retexture it. The reason being is because I know there's a lot of stuff that I can't do that people might like. So there is that. So I know that this is just basic coloring, but if people want more textured stuff, I've even done textured stuff on models before. I know that people might want something more, right? So, yeah. Also, if you're worried that this Furby is too smooth, don't worry. There's fur options. There's furry options. Don't worry about it. So, I just am like having fun. I'm just trying to have fun. There are times where I'm just like, oh. I don't want to do this today. Why do I have to do this model today? So there are just times where I'm just like, It just depends on kind of what I want to do. Let me save that. I do try and remember to save as much as possible. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Earbuds be getting in the way. You know what? I'm moving this because I can't see this. There we go, that's better. I moved my ads, my little ad thing. You know what the funny thing is? I could just leave. No, I can't leave this up here. I wish I could. Just now you can see how long before we have 3 minutes of ads. Okay, guys. Yeah. It's a while. We have like we have a little less than 40 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this like really quickly. If you are complaining about ads on people's streams, the way I have it set up is I play 3 minutes of ads at the beginning, and it actually it like delays things for and then I have like a setup like delay thing. So instead of having an hour for the beginning of my stream where there's no ads, it gives me an hour and a half. I have no idea how I set this up. I like literally, oh, excuse me. I watched something, I figured it out, and I was like, I'm gonna use that. I have no idea where I got this from. I have no idea where it came in from. It just up here. I like saw it and I used it and that's how it went. And there she be. I don't know. All right, let me turn off. So, I don't think I'm gonna put the crown physics like I did on the crown. Ah, I see. Okay, so the great thing is we're kind of just doing the easy stuff. This is just like all the easy stuff. And I say it's easy because there's not really much to it. You know, there's like minimal physics, just it being what it wants to be. So. I like making it just a wee bit bigger. Puppy can't get comfortable. Sometimes I had to do some extra stuff. So this X2 and Y2 is to get like more refined things. It's not really as noticeable, but I'm just gonna like quickly show you what this kind of does. It's not really noticeable, but it's just a slight tweak for me. Because sometimes things just don't line up right. So you kind of have to go in and fix things. Okay, so I think I need to turn the ears off. Let me turn the ears off. Oh no. Ear customization. Do I not have an option? Oh no, I forgot to turn to do an option for turning off the ear. Edit parameter. Now you can see how we do the snappy. So this at 0. Perfect. So you have this on by default, and then you have that. Ah, you quickly saw all of them. Did you see them all? I have a few different ear options. You know, we have default ear, and then we have like, and I also wanted to make it that you can have no ears, and I forgot to do that. So, good on me. There is a way to remove it so you don't have feet either. So you can just have no feet. I have no idea why anyone would choose that option, but hey, you know, maybe you just want to be a beautiful butterfly. Alright, let's go back up to Tiara now. Then I can a little bit better. Now you might also be noticing I'm using blend shapes for all the augmented physics. You wanna know why that is? Because most of the time when I'm doing synthesized corners, I have to go back in and fix a lot. So what I did is, for this, it's all with blend shapes. Which, isn't amazing. Not incredibly, but it does mean that I don't have to worry about if things are lining up correctly for it to. I'm still gonna like. I will be going back in and fixing some parts of this, so I don't need to worry about it being completely perfect. Okay. There's a lot of loud noise outside. I'm like, what the heck? The forest is not quiet today. All right. There's a truck and it's breaking, and it needs some oil on them wheels, man. It needs some oil, man. I could hear it squeaking. Super squeaky, man. All right. Now, what I'm going to do? Should I put it under here or on? I'm gonna test it under here, and if it works, it doesn't. It doesn't. Ooh. Ooh. No, that is the glue. That is the glue brush. We do not need the glue brush right now. Or maybe I'm. I can already hear. You're not supposed to deform that. Yes, you can. If you need like certain. This is why I set up the mesh I did the way I did. Okay, I want to see. Ah, okay. So it's not gonna do it. All right, all right, all right. So this basically needs to be done. Cool thing that I can do, though. Change it to there. Now, what the hell? Great. So someone was showing off like the funky things that people don't see with doing rigging. And yeah, there are a lot of really funky things that can end up happening in rigging that nobody sees except for the poor riggers. And then we have to spend hours trying to fix it. Oh my gosh. There were some problems that I ended up having with this rig in particular. And sometimes you just have to go back and you have to redo it. There's nothing you can do. You just have to go back and redo it. Even if it's not as big of a deal as you think it is. Huh. Okay, no, that's still being weird. Alright, so basically what this is telling me is I have to do this by hand. Completely. I love when it does that to me. Because it's definitely not going to be perfect on each side. I can try and get it as perfect as I possibly can. And then I'll show you kind of what I'm doing here. Because it's really, really hard to see what this is that I'm doing. Without... You know, with all the stuff that's all around here. But I'll show you guys what it is. So... let me go into here and you'll see what it does. It's basically giving it a 3D shape to it. Right. I am gonna do it with the crown as well. Of course, it's not ignore that the body physics are happening. And the crown will eventually like go with the body, but that's the squishiness of the body physics that I have. So it does make things look a little weird. It's like, oh my gosh, that's not rigged to the body right. No, it's rigged to the body. It's just, I also have some extra physics going on here that the crown will also need to partake in. It just hasn't yet. So, what I'm going to do is also do that basically for the crown as well. But as you can see, it has that nice kind of parallaxing effect. It's definitely very subtle. You're not completely going to notice it, but it is there. So a lot of people, when they're dealing with a singular layer of stuff, kind of how it ends up being. When it's a single layer like that. This one, bit interesting. That big. You have to go back and forth. But I'll make it look like some we're doing faux 3D. It's not real 3D, guys. We wish we had that budget. You don't have the budget for this. I know some people might be like, but Art, you said that you used to do 3D work. Yeah, I do, and now I do this. I will say though, being in and doing 3D work definitely does lay down some fundamentals that you need to know for doing live 2D work actually. So I have some experience, like I know a thing or two. It still does look pretty flat, but I mean, imagine for a minute that I like turned this off. I can turn that off. X. Yeah, body X. So and it'll have no effect. So this is without it. Pretty flat. And then this is oop. It's very subtle. It's definitely a subtle thing, but it does make it look like it's an actual gem up there. So I could probably go a little bit more up here on this gem in order to really sell it if I wanted to. But like so much more. If I wanted to really sell illusion. That works. That works a lot better. And I'm actually out. I'll pull it out. Not too much. Probably. You have to understand some basics of how to parallax stuff. This needs a bit more. There, that sells it. Now it looks like the gym is kind of turned up. And then we are going to have to it's all to sell an illusion that isn't really happening. Then star up here. I might have to do things in space, but I didn't care about the density too much up here because I'm just moving. And are going Oh, now... Now we also have to do this for what? Again, we must sell the illusion. This one's pretty simple. Just pulling up everything on it. What? Wrong button. I do like shortcuts and things with stuff, man. Ah. Oh. Select that one. I have to. Why we separated the darks and the light? Oh, excuse me. Holy snapperoonies. Honestly, if we just get one tiara done today, if we just get the tiara done today, I'm gonna be happy. Because there's a lot of stuff, you know? There's a lot of stuff. There's so much. So much. The darkness. I see a light. anyone knows what that's from, congratulations. I'm glad. Such a classic. I forget. I don't know why I'm thinking that this is the lasso tool. I keep thinking it's the lasso and it's not. There we go. And then because getting a little ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. It's basically applying squash and stretch. Alright, now yeah, no, it's big enough. There we go, and now you can be a pretty princess with your little tiara. I gave this crown just more physics just because I kind of wanted to. So some of them might have their own little animations, some of them might not. Oh, wait. Before I forget, I also need to do long on not body. Sorry. There you go. It'll be. I don't know if I want to change the sizing of these. So for right now, they're staying as they are. But I might have a size option. Yeah, it just kind of depends on what I want to do. Oh, I cracked. I don't know if you could hear that. That was a whole back crack with that stretch. Damn. Oh my, I could feel that through my entire back. I was such a, I did a big stretch. That's what I did. Biggie stretches.
Biggie stretches. Yippee! Yippee! Yippee!
I don't know why I'm doing that. Alright. So, this crown is definitely the most interesting of the bunch. Because, funny enough, this one has options. This has options. So, off. So we have a circle, like regular old default circle. Then we have a moon option, and we have a sun option. So this one is probably the most customizable crown because you can choose. The other ones you can't choose what you kind of want to put on it. I'm going to allow for people to pick stuff to put on it, so they can like draw it on themselves. That's cool. Let's go. Let's go. Sorry. I didn't even mean to do the meme. I just did it. Look, sometimes it do be like that. Sometimes it just do be like that. Alright. Part of me just really wanted to check on Twitch if people could hear me, and I was like, let me check. Let me check. And I was like, okay, good. I'm here. You know what? I think the reason why my sound quality probably doesn't sound really good is because I don't really have really good earbuds. I just got like basic earbuds. I got basic speakers. I think I paid like 30 bucks for these and then 10 bucks for these. So it's really hard to really test if I have good quality when I literally cannot tell. Oh yeah. This is so I have the ability to actually change the shadowing here. That's gonna be, we're gonna have some fun with this one because this is something that I don't normally do. Usually I kind of make everything one layer. What? I had completely forgotten. I completely forgot to have this phone plugged in. I had the plug into the charger here, and I just didn't connect it. So, hopefully, it don't die on me. If it does, we have a backup. We have a backup in case that happens. I need to get one of those PNG Tuber Plus things. I should get one of those for when this happens, you know? I should do it for that. I mean, it does require a lot less. I don't have to have a PNG Tuber up or anything. Or I don't have to have my VTuber model up or anything. It would just be George, probably. Alright, so let's pray nothing happens. No. Oh, not as far back as I think this one I am gonna use. You can also click with this one. I discovered that. Just instead of dragging it, just click. Oh, but that can also happen where when you're too close. You have to be. Up this. I have to be careful though. Sometimes it's super sensitive, so like wacky. Now I could do. Oop. And I'm. Don't need them touching tips yet. They don't need to be touching tips yet. No touchy tips yet. No touchy the tips. Ba 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 ba. Okay. I was just like making sure. Oh. Okay. Alright, there are no tips. What? Now we touchy the tips. I feel like if anyone comes in, they're gonna be like, what the heck do you... Oh. Ad is gonna start in a minute. Eh. Let it begin. Oh. What? Area off. Area. I'm really bad at drawing. I think that'll work for now. There we go. So, oh. What? Ah, don't need these. There we go. Alright. And then... Right, this. It is. But that's not really gonna bounds of it. Yeah, here's a dumb thing that you sometimes. So in order for there to not be an outline on stuff, you have to make this a mask. You have to duplicate and make it a mask. And then make it slightly bigger. But then you have that issue. Off right now. I think for all of this, I'm going to not make it have a mesh. This, yeah. At least you're the backing of this of I'm just gonna that part. The sun. I think this is gonna be my most complicated meshing. Why did I want to make a sun? Why did I do a sun? Why? Why did I do this? Why did I do this to myself? Why do I do the most complicated of things when I don't need to do it? It doesn't make sense to me, but hey. It is what it is. And what it is dumb. I'm gonna take a bathroom break while that ad was playing. And it's okay. You know what? If we actually finish the crowns today, I'm gonna be very, very happy. So. Yippee! Alright, it's also looking like my my charging is holding up for now. Ooh. One part of this. I don't even remember how I did this actual art. Don't ask me. I think I found like a way, a symmetry, or like symmetry. That's how this. Also, I am doing it by hand just because the shapes are so unique. By the way, if you have something that's here selected, if you hold down Control and then click, it'll unselect it. You have to hold down Control and click anywhere else, and it will unselect it. So. That's how I'm able to unselect things. But there's also a lot of undoing. Ooh. And also, I just realized that this one was also not good. Here we go. Or I hit auto connect. I do also back here. Do I need to do this? No. Am I doing it anyway? Sometimes I just don't know because I'm like, I might need more. I might need more density. But for a while, the art streams might just be working on this because, oh my god. There's so much to do. There's so much. There's not as much left to do. I used to have to scroll for days just to get to the bottom of it. Now it's like, scroll. I would have to scroll and scroll and scroll until I got to the bottom. Alright. So this is all good. And now I'm going to select all of this. Now, one thing I'm gonna do before I do that is I'm actually going to do the X and Y of these. And the reason being is because it's so much easier if I do these. Because then I can reflect it. There we go. You'll know why I did that first. Now we can. Oh. Okay, that's not good. Auto these? I might auto them. I'm gonna auto it. What I get. Not perfect. Does it need to be like that? No. What the heck? Was it just on ad? That's weird. I don't know why that was like that. I was like, wait a minute. That's not right. Also, I might actually. Doesn't need. That'll be fine. Alright. Now we can probably move this with not many issues. Oop, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Oh, oops. There we go. That's looking. Oop. Wanted on that. This up. I move the crowns around. There. Wait, where'd that go? I need it. Now I need that off. I forgot that there's a cool thing you can do. So, this is options. What is this? Option or paste from special. I mean, you have to click invert coordinates or whatever. You get to select one side of here, and now this has a particular pasting thing, and if you have an AMD, you have to go in and you have to change the preferences because it's Control Shift C and Control Shift E, but Control Shift C actually is a thing in AMD. So if you have an AMD, it's a shortcut for something in AMD. So you have to, one, disable that shortcut, but I've disabled it and it still happens. So I'm like, okay. So I had to go into preferences and make it Control Shift B instead of C. And it bugged me for like a really long time because I was like, what is happening? So if you ever have something that's like, it works really well for when it's up and down like this. So great. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot. What? It's okay. I can do it on here. Do it to the moon. Sorry. Ba, ba, ba. I know to some people this might such nitpicky stuff to do, but do you want to know how you get good looking stuff? This is how. You have to go and painstakingly do this. It is, you know, you might not no one will really truly understand the results except you, but at least you know you did it. Oh, goodness gracious. No. Now, the other thing I am going to do, and this is something I probably should have done beforehand, but it's okay. Basically, I'm going to do so that when you turn, it kind of gives a nice parallaxing. I don't normally do this with stuff. I don't do it because it's not sometimes completely necessary on. Or at least I feel like it's not. But sometimes I just want to try it. It's a cool trick and I want to use it more. Ooh, on the wrong program. Well, actually on here, instead is actually just put it up. So now kind of see that the shape, more shape, less shape. It's really small. It's not very noticeable. But it's noticeable to me, and that's what matters. Alrighty then. And now I have to do the Z on this.
Z.
Yo, does anyone play Zenless Zone Zero? I feel like that got like really, every once in a while I see it like pop up and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that this game exists. Like every once in a while I have a thing, I'm like, oh yeah, I forget that that thing exists. I'm like, I should play it. And then I'm like, no. I already have Genshin. I already have all this. I don't need more. But it's like drugs. And it's like, no. I don't need more. I don't need more. I don't need more of this. I already have what? I have, let me see like how many I have. I have Genshin, I have Honkai Star Rail, and I have I have Disney Twisted Wonderland. Those are the 3 gachas I have. Those are the 3 big gachas, and I'm like, maybe I should play Zenless Zone Zero and Weathering Waves because so many people like talk about it. I'm like, maybe I should get into that. And then I'm like, no, I don't need more. I don't need more. But drugs, and I'm like, no drugs. No, thank you. I don't need it. No, thank you. Oh, I'm gonna have to patent this. Squash and stretch, man. Squash and stretch, it works. So cool. Honestly, I kind of like it. I think I like it. I like it. I like this little headband. I think that's cool. And now, oh, I forgot long. Oh, it actually needs a chunky version because it goes like around the head, so it needs a chunky. Yes, I did call the chunky body version chunky. Look, it is so chunky. So it gets bigger. The other ones don't. It's just a special thing for this one. In order for it to fit, sometimes you have to do this. And then no. Huh? Why does that turn on long? Oh. Because I... At least we fixed it. There's probably a lot of fixes that are gonna happen. I'm like, check it with stuff. Yeah, I can't change the size of it, or else this won't. So the chonky can't be. I forgot. No. I forgot. So. And when it's normal, it's that. Then normal chunk. Okay. had to do some really quick. Hi, fairy. Hello. We're just working on some crowns. How you do? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's good. It's interesting to be back. It's weird. It feels weird. It feels weird. It feels weird to be streaming. It's like, oh, I had to load up all the programs. I had to learn how to load up all the stuff. It's weird. It feels weird. It feels new. It feels I feel refreshed. I feel refreshed. But yeah, we're doing furby rigging. Yeah, I guess after a break. Yeah, it was a very big break. We have a lot. I didn't talk about anything because there's like nobody here, and I was like, I don't want to be like talking about stuff. And then you know. Oh my god, why is it saying my commissions are not open? I forgot to turn that off. I mean, technically they're open. Technically they're not. It is weird. But yeah, I'm just like checking out Furby mod stuff. But yeah, look at what we got. Look at what we got, fairy. Got some dragon wings. Originally I wasn't gonna add them, but then I decided to. Turn them on off. And we of course got fairy wings for the fairy. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Honestly, the customization it's a little crazy on here. Actually, just on this crown alone here. On here alone, you actually have customization of what you want on it. So you can either have like a plain circle. So I'm gonna give the option of nothing, a circle, a moon, or a sun. So you can decorate it a little bit. You can have a cool decorative crown. And then we also have tiara and like a big crown as well. So the big crown is like very goofy. It's a very goofy crown. I've decided to make it like cartoon crown. I think it matches a lot better, you know. And then I now have to I say rig. It's not really rigging it. It's more of giving you some, doing all the customization. Ignore all of this. There's so many. There was one time, one day I was rigging for this model, and guys, my computer started to slow down. That's how you know you've done too much rigging for the day, when the computer starts slowing down. It's like, okay, I think rigging's done. The PC needs a break. And be in mind, this PC is built to run Wilds with no issue. Like, I don't have to change anything, okay? It's built to run wilds, and it was and it was slowing down. My boy was chugging here. I still need a name for this PC. I don't have a name for it. Actually, I don't even have a name for my laptop, so it doesn't matter. Alrighty then. So these will get an option, but for right now, what I'm gonna do is turn back on. So yeah, we have tiara, we have crown, and then we have like this round, like going around crown. Because I noticed that some people like have that kind of style, so I decided to put it in as an option for like tiaras or like crowns and stuff, so that then people can kind of pick their crown style that they want. Or you can have no crown. We do have a halo option. I just haven't done it yet. We also have glasses. So the options that we're gonna... We also do have horns and other things that I still have to do as well. I also am thinking of just making the horns be the big, large option and then shrinking that size down so that then I don't have to rig like every size. Which I'm like, that is so much smarter. Why didn't I think? So I'm just using it as a reference for the sizes. It's a lot easier to do. So, now you're gonna see how I have to rig this. So... Oh, wait. 0? One option. So of course the 0 is no crown, right? And then I need, once you hit 1, this will make sense in a second for why I set it up this way. Also, actually, I do. Oh. Oh, I haven't selected a parameter. I'm like, why is this not popping up? Okay. So, by default, it's 0. And then around there we go. So now when you go through this, one can turn on that crown, and then you snap and turn us on to the other crown, and then this one, of course, you have the next crown. Perfect. That's what I want. I'm like trying to think of how I want to set this up. I try to like set it up in the most optimal way for people that are going to be using it. So you always have to kind of like think about that. And I think like, you know, some people do think about it. It's just like for me, I'm just like, I don't really know I want to like completely set it up. Not sure. I think this will be fine. So, I need to go... Oh my gosh. Select all these. And then... Well, I'm gonna put this in a... And then... The reason I'm putting all of this in a full... like, in a warp deformer anyways, is because you can color... you're gonna be able to color them. So... And then also for these. And you guys will see how I have to color it. Actually, let me pull it up really quick so you can kind of see this. Oh. Oh. That was for when I was doing audio stuff. So here you can kind of see all of the... These are all the numbers. I'm not gonna hide this from you. These are all the numbers that it takes to make these change into different colors. So I have to put all the hex code in. And basically, you can color in the actual Live 2D. So all you gotta do is take these colors and put them into the multiply. As long as these are lighter colors, then it'll work. Of course, if it's darker like this, then yeah. And as you can see, it's a notepad. So what I do is I put it over here. You didn't see it. You didn't see anything else. There's nothing else, honestly. I just have Discord and other things. I'm not like other weird streamers having weird stuff in their goddamn notepads. No, but seriously, like most of the time I have, here, I can't even show you. You wanna know what I have up? I have my stream up. That's what I have. I have it up because it's just to check if there's an issue or an audio problem, or if my stream goes down, then I can see if there's a problem or an issue or if something disconnects. I just have it up just in case. I'm not listening to it. It's completely muted. Sometimes I'll actually have my stream up and I'll have like some sort of other audio source going on. I have no audio at all that's going on. I have like no other music that I'm listening to. You get music. I'm raw dogging this. There's no other audio in my earbuds. The only reason I even have my earbuds in is in case someone does something with George. That's it. Look, sometimes I just raw dog a stream. I have no other audio going on, no other things. It's just me and whatever I'm working on, which honestly does make me focus a lot better. But sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends. Moon. And I'm gonna still do that little thing. This is just so it snaps better. So technically that needs to be. Which one do I want to do first? The sun or the moon? I'm gonna put moon first, because I like moon. I'm a moon person. I'm a moon kind of person. Off. Then it's to the end here. Sun. So that then can choose one. So circle, a moon, or sun. I think that that's really good. Because then it's nice. You get to have some options. Gonna call it something different. And then now we get to do the agonizingly fun part, coloring it. I say agonizingly fun part because it's not really that fun to do, and you'll see in a sec why it's not really fun to do. Okay? You're gonna notice real quick why it's not fun. So, gotta take all this.
Metal.
If anyone knows what I'm referencing that with metal. Good job. So we have metal and we have detail. So we're gonna do on this crown first because, well, first one in our little section here. And then we're gonna... So, what we need to do is we need to make a section for the hue. Hue is color. Whenever anybody talks about color and they say hue, hue and color mean the exact same thing, okay? Hex code, hue, and color mean the same thing. Well, not really hex code. Hex code doesn't. Hex code is like, you know, the coding of the hue, the saturation, and the brightness. Now, saturation and value is pretty similar. Brightness and value is also the same thing. So saturation and brightness is just mostly saying is kind of value. But saturation in particular is more like how darkly saturated a color is. So like how darker it is. And brightness is how lighter it is. So brightness and saturation are kind of, I like to say that they're in the same boat as of value, but the difference is that saturation is more of your darkening and deepening, and your brightness is your highlighting and highlighting it. I guess saturation is basically kind of also contrast, but not really. So saturation also is like how deep that color is, like how deep it is, but it does go to black, so you will see this turn black. Don't worry about it. And we're talking about black like as in the black color, okay? It's gonna turn like that. This does not need that high. So this is gonna be the hue. You're gonna, and we're also going to do it on scale here as well. Because the great thing I found out is something cool that I hope to teach. So we're going to take both of these. But before I do that, we're going to say we have to make sure this goes up to 14. The reason I have to have it go up to 14 is because that is the amount of colors. Now, unlike the, because that's like the amount that we have here. Now, one thing that I don't have, to do, unlike I have here, is I don't need to make it all snappy and be like this perfect color. Because the color kind of blends between each other and it's nicer if it blends. So if people want like the absolute color value of this, they can like go on exact numbers from 0 to 14, or they can go like in between. So you can get like a nice little blend between colors, like a color wheel. We're basically doing a color wheel. You're basically allowing people to have a color wheel on here. Now, technically what people could do is they could also select the art meshes and just do it themselves. But this is a little bit easier and nicer for people to do. So this is why we get this. Oh. So what we're gonna do is we're also going to replicate this and call it just actually so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take metal and make sure that it's clipped here, or that it's keyframed here. Then we're gonna take detail. We're gonna make sure it's clipped there. And then we have to go in here. And this is something I love. You can just push this little add button and just say the number. Then hit enter. I found this out and I was like, oh my gosh, this makes it so much easier because I can just type it in. I can just type it in. I don't have to worry about anything. Because I was having to go in one by one on the actual thing, like putting in the number and then saying add, and this is so much easier. I'll show you on the other one what I had to do. So what I had to do was I would have to go here. I would go down to this number. Kind of a little bit hard. Let me pull this up here a little bit so you can kind of see what I gotta go here. And I would have to click on this number here. I'd have to press 1. Right? And then I'd just hit add. And I do that for every single area. Now I can just go into the little, because it's not a blend shape, I can just do this, and this is so much easier. Then I can just type in all the numbers. Oop. Don't forget 5. Makes my life so much easier. If I remember how to count too. That'd be great if I remembered how to count as well. So now we have all this in. Cool. Awesome. So now what I can do is I can select these. And here is the dreading part. So I have to copy this. I have to copy this. And now I paste this in here. Look at that. Changes the color. Now, depending on how dark this color already is, it'll darken it a little bit. So that's why the crown area here for the metal and stuff is darker. It's darker because I wanted the metal to be darker, right? So you're going to get a darker look. However, you can lighten it if you want to. That will be controlled by the brightness. So there's always going to be an option to lighten things. It lighter, want to darken it, there's going to be an option to darken it. How it goes. Really great. Oh, an ad warning. Okay, so we might... So when that ad comes up, I'm going to, like, do a BRB and go take a bathroom break. And then we're just going to go through here. And the great thing is, because even though that these are 2 different deformers and they're on 2 different areas, I can still implement the colors the exact same way. Now, why would I even make these options of all these colors? 1, kind of lazy. Just want to do it all that way. But 2, I want people to have as much customability. It's like, okay, you can change this thing to be so many colors. Why can't you make other things so many colors? So that's why I did this choice. I will say that, I mean, you can get some really nice, like, kind of gold or, like, rose gold if you wanted to. I don't think you can really get rose gold unless you kind of put in the color of rose gold. Oh, I put it in opacity. I put it in opacity. I do that sometimes. Sometimes when you're working like really long on it, you like forget where you're supposed to put things. That lime green looks really cool. Now, we will also have to be doing this for also the big crown and the tiara. Now, what I might do is change the detail color to gem color. So I might rename it to gem color. But then for the gems on the tiara, you change it with the gem color. So there. Again, also people might just be going around and like playing around with the sliders and stuff. I highly encourage people to play around with the sliders. You never know what combinations you might get. So I might also have some preset ones for people to pick. So there'll be some presets and I'll say like preset 1 and then say what it is and then preset 2. So then there's like some presets for people. So people can just use the preset one or they can make their own, right? I think that that's kind of nice. I might just have like 3. I'll have 3 presets. And I'm going to make them based off of how I want to do it and make it as funny and as funky as possible. So I'll have one really funky one just really cute one, and then one that's like maybe more, if I can go into the scary. I don't think there's much scary. I don't think I have, you know what? I'll make the one of them be cursed. So one is gonna be cursed, one is gonna be scary, and the other one's gonna be cute. And let me save because that it says that an ad is going to be popping up in a second. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put up my bathroom break. Go on bathroom break. I should put an outline on this actually. Put an outline on this. Heck. There we go. Bathroom break. I don't know where to put it. I hope you guys can see that. I gotta go to the bathroom. So as we'll play, and I will be right back. I wish I had like things, like random stuff that you guys could play, but I don't. I'll be right. I actually forgot something. Hold on a minute. Oh. You're gonna see all the background. You see nothing. You see nothing, everybody. Oh. I've gotten smaller. Nothing. There we go. You saw nothing. It's always been this. I'll be right back. All right. I'm back. It's me. Is your girl? Oh, you know what? I should probably turn this on. Hold on a second. That light is so bright. It's so bright. But I need it on or my eyeballs will burn because the iPhone uses certain tracking that can burn your eyes. So I need it so my eyes don't burn. Oh no, you can hear my dying seagull laugh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, you can hear my dying seagull laugh. I hoped you wouldn't. I'm going to listen to that back and see if you can actually hear my dying seagull laugh. And if you can, oh great. Great. Well, I hope that becomes a popular clip then. Well, with this new audio stuff, who knows? Maybe we might get more funny audio sounds and clips because so much of my stuff got cut off because my voice was just too powerful. I was just too powerful. I gotta turn off the. I'm back. I'm not at the bathroom anymore. Oh my gosh. Imagine I just leave that up like the rest of the time being. Like, wow, aren't you still in the bathroom breaks? No, I've been here for an hour. Oh my gosh. Also, by the way, once we're done coloring this stuff, I'm gonna give you guys a reward. You guys are gonna get a reward. What's the reward? The reward is you're gonna be able to get to see my 2.0 male model. It's like I gotta do like the dangly keys in front of you. It's like, wait. No, I don't have keys because we only have one car. Hold on. I'll be right back. Puppy, don't follow me. Wait, I have something. Hey, come here. Gotta jingle the keys. It's my dog's collar. That was my dog's collar. Look, I gotta tempt you guys to stay longer. That's how I do it. Maybe I should definitely have a key redeem, man. And then I'll jingle the keys for you. You're welcome with that. I hope that pierced your ears. I hope that brought you some attention. I hope you just watch me just train you guys with the little key jingles. It's like, hey, pay attention. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to key train you guys. If I do, well, that's a you problem. That's not me problem. You problem. I've done so much of this coloring. I know when I'm not on the right number anymore. But I am counting correctly. We are on the right number. Also, if you want to know where I got all these hex codes, I literally just watched somebody else that did it, because one person finally was like, oh yeah, here's how you do all the color changing stuff. And here's the hex codes I use. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. I did add 2 of my own in, so it is it is still personal to me as well, because they didn't have a purple option. I was like, why? Oh my goodness. I was like, why don't you have a purple option? I feel like you're missing something there. Where's the purple? So, I mean, technically one of them, you can get like a really nice like purpley color. So I was like, okay, that makes sense for why purple color. Now, actually for this, I could put it all on top, but like both of these. And then I should have probably done just the hue on all of these, honestly. Now I'm thinking about it. Probably should have just done. I don't know. Why do I make stuff harder for myself? Because I do. Because why should anything be easy? Why should anything that I do be nothing I do is easy. Huh? Did I hit cancel instead of create? Are you kidding me? I hit close instead of create. Are you kidding me? I need to... I remembered to say create this time. Wow, our creates doesn't even know how to create anymore, man. Losing my touch. I'm losing my touch. Oh, that is definitely, yeah, that's 5. That's totally 5. F is now 5. Oh my goodness. I has a smart somewhere in here. It's just rattling around in there. Oh, yes, 40. This totally goes up to 40. Not go up to 40. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot. I didn't know that the Winter Olympics were happening. Completely forgot. Anyone remember that the Winter Olympics are happening? Because I didn't. I've just been seeing like TikToks of people like at the winter, like, are like preparing to go to the Winter Olympics, or like the Winter Olympics is starting soon or whatever, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Wait, Winter Olympics? What? What do you mean? And then I'm like, wait, don't the Winter Olympics don't start until like in August and September or something? Hold on. I'm going to look this up. I'm literally looking this up right now. What? Oh no, the Winter Olympics is now! Oh! When did it start? It started on February 6th! Oh no, wait. It starts tomorrow! The Winter Olympics starts tomorrow. The reason I've been seeing so many ads for it probably is because it literally starts tomorrow. Wow. I'm so smart. I actually do like the Winter Olympics. My mom and I love to watch the figure skating. Which is really funny because I tried to get her into watching Yuri on Ice. We watched one episode and she didn't want to watch it anymore. I'm like, damn, Mom, missed out. You missed out. Just saying. Because we're never ever getting peak like that again, man. gosh. We're going to start all at the beginning again because I forgot that I probably should have done that. I probably should have done this
And different.
I should have done this like all together.
All together now.
Together now. All together now. Sorry. Sorry, there's like a nursery rhyme that's like that to get, you know, kids to do stuff. Oh my god, that is a red. That is a red. I'm actually gonna see how well I can make myself in this. I think I can pull it off. I feel like I can pull it off. I don't think it'll be like too accurate or too close, but I do hope that, you know, people that have been wanting to commission me for that of Furby models and stuff will be interested in seeing this one. And I'm thinking of releasing it in March because then if it releases in March, then people can have it by April for joke models, right? Because I think it's fun, you know? I think it's fun to have just a... That is my alarm to tell me, hey, you should think about stopping. And I'm like, no, let me at least put in the coloring. Let me do the coloring so I can at least finish this. Because then, that at least marks the first assets off of my thing. Honestly, tomorrow, if I finish like editing some clips for tomorrow from this stream, then I might start working on the Halo. The Halo isn't that hard because it's only the Halo. And there's a song for that, and I just don't remember what it is. Ba 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 ba. The last thing I have to do is the expressions, and that's just because there's a little bit of animation, a little bit more difficult stuff going on there. So I want to give myself like some more time for that. And then I can dedicate more time to working on the male model plus the comic. I still haven't been working on that. I got to like page 3 and then I had to stop because I needed to switch focus over to getting the Furby done, or else I was like, this Furby is not going to be really... I wish I could like spend more time to really make like more customizable stuff, but you know, I have to take time to like is this one now also not working? That's gonna be great. Yeah, my one, so on the top of a keyboard, you know how you have like the ones all here, like the 1, 2, 3, all the way to 0, and then you have the minus and plus. Yeah, so my number 1 key on the top there sometimes works and sometimes it doesn't. You have to like press really hard for it to work sometimes, which is really, really great, especially when I'm playing Honkai Star Rail and I need to and I need them to use their skill for their burst, and it's in the first slot, and I'm like, I need you to use your burst right now, please. To be fair, one thing I like about Honkai Star Rail is I can just auto everything, and it's so great because then I don't have to worry about anything happening because it's all auto, and I'm like, yippee!
Yippee!
Alright, hooray, we did all the coloring. That's easy. That's the easy. Coloring is like probably the most difficult part because you have to make sure that everything is good. Now, what we're gonna do saturation. Now, the saturation is gonna be different on each thing, so Oh, I do brightness first. Okay. I'm probably misspelling saturation, so... Oh, by the way, there are some customization options in here that have weird naming, and that's on purpose. Because if people question it, they're gonna be like, what? And I'm gonna be like, that's on purpose. It's on purpose. Don't worry about it. It's on purpose. So if you see it, don't question it. That's purposeful. I did it on purpose because it's a Furby. It's funny. And then let me change this. So then people know that this is for the gym. And then... Oh, no. There we go. And I'm going to select the one. This is a metal one. Ooh. Yes. One is gonna here. I say clipped, but what I mean is framed. And we select all of these. Brightness one. Here. So that should only brighten that metal. Brighten the gems. Good. Now I know I've done it right. And just to make sure. Yep. See, again, you can brighten the crown here. So even though that's dark, you can brighten it. So you don't have to worry too much about that. And now we're going to do saturation. Now, the only reason why I'm separating it up like this anyways is because you might want to have different things be different, right? So I do applaud people that make like a bunch of different sections to be certain colors as well. Like there are some things I've seen, I'm just like, damn, that's really separated, man. One, it's really separated, but now you can kind of see the behind the scenes of like how we have to do this. Technically, what I also could have done is do like all certain metals in like certain areas, and then that can all be colored like together. But again, there are shortcuts, but sometimes can't make it as short, you know. So Now we're gonna... And then these ones, I'm going to just automatically click there. Sometimes I remember how to do things like faster. And then I'm like, wow, that was like so much easier to do. But sometimes I just get that I could do it that way. And I'm like, why am I doing it this way when I could have literally done it this way? Oh, no, man. Oh, I'm just dumb. Okay. So that's that. For all the bigger boys. Well, I'll know if I've selected the wrong one. And then those. Then we this. Put it in. Yeah, I told you to turn black. So people can make just like fully black silhouettes of this if they want to. So it's cool. It's cool that you can kind of do that. And now this means that the crown is completely finished. We are all done. We did it, boys. The crown is now complete. So of course, we're going to save that. That would be terrible if we didn't. And now you can pick your different crowns that you want. And then you can also pick which option that you want in here. And then, of course, you can change color. Whatever you want. Saturation. Yeah, this one has some bounce to it. I don't know. This one has some funkiness. Funky. I don't know if I want to keep the funkiness, though. I might get rid of it. I've been thinking about it. You can also turn it all black if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do it. I kind of like that you can change this all into different colors. It looks like it has a pearl. Oh. So, one thing I do want. And there you go. That's how you do it. That's how I've been working with stuff. So you now see a little bit of the behind the scenes of what I've been doing. I'm not even joking. Most of this month has just been dedicated to rigging this thing. Not joking. Literally, I had an entire week where I was just doing the Furby. But for your great patience, for your amazing patientness, I shall now show you the work I have been doing on my male model. It's just gonna take a second for it to load up because the program has to load up. Oh, good golly goo. I am so happy that... Okay, let me change. Oh, that was not better. Okay, good. I was doing some things and I have some reference for him, but some reference is a little scandalous, so I can't open that. I can't open it without Twitch going So for your valued patience and for you all being here, let me just get a little bit closer. I mean, there's not really any junk in the trunk, so for your valued patience, you get to now see this. and my nightmare I have been dealing with. Don't look there at that nightmare. It's don't. The amount of layers alone. I've had to fix so many things in this. But there you go, for your valued effort of watching this far. Good to see him in all his glory. He looks so beautiful. There's some things I still have to do with the hair. So that is going to be happening. I did not mean for him to have a very feminine looking face, but it works. This was not what I was intending, but it just so happened to do that. So, again, not my intention, how it happened. I think it works. I've tried to redo the lips like so much. I literally have an entire like a whole folder just dedicated to me redoing the lips over and over and over again, because that is how bad this was of me trying to figure out, because I would do like the basic lines that people would do and I'm like, that doesn't really work well with my style. So I tried figuring out other ways of how I did it. So yeah, but I will also show you guys inside. So here's a little glimpse at the inside of his mouth. So the inside of his mouth actually mimics a moray eel, where so there are certain types of creatures that can't swallow. But what they have is they have a second jaw. And that second jaw is able to grab food and bring it down into their throats. So alligators have this and moray eels have it. That's why I was mainly basing it off of moray eels. So, does it move? Yes, it will. It will be able to move. Because I was like, he might not have a funky face on the outside like I do with my mouth, but he's getting something cool inside. So, that's a little nice thing for you guys. And also, so I completely forgot that I did that. I drew a goofy face just to have some fun, right? I was just being funny. And I kept forgetting. So I was working on this the other day and I kept forgetting that that was there. So every single time I kept getting a little laugh, a little giggle. I was crying. I was crying at the laughter because I kept forgetting that his little face was there. I love being my own model mama because I can literally just do this. I can just have funny faces like this. This is so great. I love it. And yes, I did also make it have a mole. The same way that he has the mole on the opposite side. I will say though, I am thinking about taking this top lash off because I feel like that then gives him a more masculine face. See, immediately that makes him more masculine. Well, I can always delete it later. Yeah, because this one makes him look more feminine. And then I take that off. Now he looks more masculine. I think it's the eyes. I think that's what it was. He looks great though. I like it. I like how the mouth came out here. The mouth down here. I'm not trying to get close. I like how this turned out as well. And I actually made it look like it has a lip. And I'm gonna actually also make it so it opens and closes. So, and yeah, that's him. I have the arms done as well. He has a lot of scars on him. So, and I just like how I rendered the torso because I suck at drawing muscular men. I'm not that bad, but when it comes to doing the models for them, it's bad. So I'm learning a lot with this model in particular, how to separate it better and how to make it function better. So yeah, that's what you guys get. That's some fun behind the scenes you guys get, the stuff. And just for that, you get a look at also some other stuff. Here's a thing about the model. So the model actually has bigger versions of certain stuff. So the mouth is actually drawn on a bigger size. So it's bigger than the actual model. And the reason being is because when you shrink it down, then it's not all blurry. It's actually cleaner and crisper. So he has the big eyes, and then he has these face eyes. So, and all of the eye part I kind of did with doing vector layers. Because vector layers, you can make them bigger in Clip Studio, and they will keep everything. So works like a normal vector layer. So not completely, because vector layers in like After Effects and all, not After Effects, vector layers in Illustration or Illustrator will be completely like flat and smooth. They'll have like no bit like little bumpiness to it, but in Clip Studio they keep that bumpiness. One thing I do have to add to his hair area here is I have to start adding the little stars. He actually has stars in his hair. It's not really well known that that's in there, but it is there. But yeah, so far he is coming along. I just have to, of course, put on his clothes need to be put on. And yeah, he does also have a second hairstyle I'm gonna do, which is a down hairstyle. So his hair will actually be able to be unbraided, and he can have it down. Also, another thing, if you guys didn't notice, he also has different colored hair than I do, and he has different colored eyes, and he has no highlights. He has no other highlights in his eyes except for the chaos symbol like I have. But I have highlights. So I have made him noticeably different in a few ways. So I wanted to do that because I didn't want it to completely just be me, but a man. It's like, no. Technically a completely different person from an alternate reality. And the reason that I'm doing this kind of setup for this male character is because in the future I do want to have other, like if I do get like other models done by other people, it's like, oh, well, this is the chaos of this area, and this is the chaos of this area. But all the female models go by art, and all the male models will go by Traw. So all the males are Traw, and then all the arts, all the girls are art. So that way it just keeps in consistency with the naming convention, right? But the original will always be Art Creates, because I am the goddess of creation. So yeah, how that works. Funness. But yeah, I literally finished like all the stuff that I showed you right now. I did the hair, the body, and the arms. The body kind of was already done, but I needed to fix a few more things on it before it was like fully completed. So yeah, but congratulations that you guys got to see that. And thankfully, and now, let me just switch over. And now, we are going to be ending. Yeah, I do want to thank those that were here, that did come and show up for... I know basically this ended up being more of a working stream than just like a just chatting stream, but I was like, let me just come back and just jump right into it. I feel like that's a lot better than just, you know, doing whatever else I was doing, you know? So I was like, I just want to hop right back into it, you know? And you know what? Speaking about hopping back into it, let's see if there's somebody that we can raid. Is there anybody? No. I need to find more people that I can raid. There's like a few that I have found through certain things, and I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to write their name down or follow them to add to the list. But I am gonna be so two things. Two things. Sorry. So 2 things. So tomorrow is Discord night. So if you are in the Discord, we will be watching. I don't know what is winning right now. Let me. So the movie night, it's movie night tomorrow. And we are going to be watching Forgotten Films is the theme of the week. Next week we're gonna be just playing games, but every movie night week is gonna be a different film. And right now it looks like Igor is winning. I remember that film. It's a fever dream film. It like you're like, this exists? Yeah, it does. I literally was like looking through like old forgotten films, and I was just like looking through it, and I was like scrolling, and I found Igor, and I was like, oh my gosh, Igor! I haven't seen that thing in forever. And whenever I tell people about it, they're like, that exists? If you don't know what Igor is, it's basically a Frankenstein retelling, but you know, Igor, like, you know, master, or yeah, so it's basically the henchman being the Frankenstein, being the creator of Frankenstein, instead of Frankenstein being the creator of a Frankenstein monster, which is cool. It's great. It's a great little film. I like it. It's great. It's not amazing, but I still think it's a pretty fun film. You know what? I have to look up. I have to see if somewhere has Happily Ever After. Or Happily Never After. That one was also a fever dream of a movie. I don't know. Some movies I've seen are just fever dreams. You're like, this can't possibly be a film. And then it is. So, anyways, without any further ado, I think we're gonna be ending it off here. But so that's tomorrow. That's for movie night. And then for Saturday, Saturday we're gonna be doing some gaming, and I don't think we're gonna do like I don't think we're gonna do Monster Hunter. We might not. It depends how I feel that day. What I am planning mostly on is possibly playing like Stardew or like some type of cozy game. I just kind of like, I'm trying to get back into I'm trying to get back into everything. So I don't want to be like, you know, just throwing myself into the deep end of stuff. So yeah. But anyways, without any further ado, we're going to be ending it off here. I was going to raid, but there's not anyone. There's a few people, but they're like bigger people, and I feel weird about raiding into bigger people's streams, so I just don't. So, without any further ado, as I always say, why is my voice now becoming... I think my voice is becoming even raspier because it's not used to talking this long. But I'm also like really glad I don't have to be like feeling like I have to scream into the mic, because I'm gonna be honest, I have so much more energy now that I don't have to like be screaming into the mic just to be heard. But I'm going to be taking my doggy out for and just taking care of myself the rest of the day. So as I always say, may the stars guide you. Till next time. Goodbye, everybody. And I will see you all on Saturday.